quite simple. I like the tone of blue that we've got going on, the two tones. Very nice, very simple, and still very kind of child friendly, almost like I said, that children's show that you have. And the texture pack that we're reviewing for Channel Members Tuesday is the Hafen Texture Pack by Cyclone, and I really hope I've pronounced it correctly. It's currently rated 4.5 stars out of 5 stars from 1,450 reviews, and it costs 660 mine tokens, which is the equivalent of £3 and 29 pence in my local currency. It says, from cute creepers to huggable slimes, Hafen transforms your world into a colourful and cuddly adventure. Cute 16 by 16 textures, bright and colourful, 1.20 ready. Let's get this texture pack reviewed. Welcome back to the home of the texture pack review. I am your host, the Dazman, and in today's Channel Member Tuesday episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Hafen texture pack. So we're in a brand new creative world for it, and I really hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. I don't know, is it Hafen? Is it Hafen? I'm not sure, but if you enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like on the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this texture pack. Let me know what your review is. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you'd like to make a suggestion for what texture pack or add-on we check out on the channel, then consider becoming a channel member today and you will get priority. You will be added to the Channel Member Tuesdays list and have your suggestion either revealed or reviewed every Tuesday. With that being said, let's jump over to the left hand side and let's have a look at the GUI. And I was quite pleasantly surprised to see that there was a change in the GUI. I may be wrong, but I believe this is one of the first texture packs Cyclone ever put out on the Minecraft marketplace, or at least it might be one of the oldest of theirs that's still on the Minecraft marketplace. It currently comes in at 4 megabytes in size for people who care about that, but I think it's going to be rather interesting to see where the studio started their texture pack journey. I can also confirm as well, this pack was released on the 30th of April 2019 and has had an update as recently as the 22nd of May 2024. So it's about a year outdated currently, but to see it updated 5 years after release is absolutely crazy, and I absolutely support that wholeheartedly. So well done Cyclone, and hopefully we can get another update soon with Minecraft going forward as fast as it is. With that being said though, let's have a look at the world, and immediately we're seeing color. Like, we got bright oranges, we've got bright yellow, we've got bright blue, we've got fancy clouds up in the sky. It's really striking me like a young kids TV show, like an animated cartoon show in the essence of like Bluey or something. I don't know. Not that I've ever watched Bluey, but the colors really being quite vibrant out there is a nice change of pace. I mean, it's very much trying to push for happiness and fun in this pack. And if we get down and look at the water, we can see here we've got a kind of squarey, pixely design of the water texture. It's a lighter blue than the Minecraft water texture is normally, and visibility through it not the easiest either, but we'll probably see that when we look at the ocean monument later. If we look at the world, we've got the sand again, we've got that kind of speckled sand texture going on here, gravel with those squarey textures too that are quite commonplace in older texture packs. It's kind of like a pixely design that isn't quite overly pixely, if that makes sense. And then we've got here, so grass being very orange. We do not have green grass here, not at least in the acacia biome. It might be interesting to see what happens in an oak biome or a plain biome, and just see, in fact we can see over here as green starts to come in a little bit more, a paler green, a lighter green may be the right word. We can see the transition from orange to green over here as well. Very cool. It's quite different. It's not something we see often. Another thing as well that I should mention, so with this not being updated since May 2024, unfortunately Spring to Life has broken this texture pack. So I'm just going to show you real quick. The chickens are default vanilla chickens. The cows are as well, so we'll get a few of them on there, which will break immersion. It's the same again for the pigs as well. Right there, spring to life, adding the variations and still breaking tons of texture packs. And then if we come over here, we've got sheep. Now sheep primarily not affected by spring to life. They never got variants, so they're just kind of surviving. We've got a very basic face. It's just 2 eyes and then a purple face. Got a nice woolly texture going on here. And then if we shear him, it's the purple underbelly as well. And then if we go and have a look at some different colors, we just see what's left behind. Not much. The only way you're going to see, in fact, that isn't even the only way you're going to see. I don't know how you would tell what sheep is what when you've sheared it. Because, I mean, they've all got that white face. Like, look, we've got a grey one here. You'd never know it's grey now. There's a dark one there. You never know it's that. And then a white one there. You'd never know other than the face. But the face is consistent across all colors. So very difficult to tell what sheep is what once you've sheared them. But, I mean, it's quite nice in terms of that basic, simple, quite polished, quite clean texture. Not going to be for everybody, but there we go. We've got the side of the grass blocks here as well. Almost like a bark effect on the dirt block or the dirt portion of the grass block there as well. Interesting. I'm not seeing variations in the blocks. I'm not seeing any variations in the designs at all. But like I say, older texture pack variations wasn't exactly key around there. And then if we get the horses, we can have a look at those too. And just pop these down as we see some flowers here. Very simple, pixely art style. Get a few horses out here. And then again, we've got those kind of geometric lines. Quite solid line art going on here. Very clean again. It's not the noisiest. It's not the dirtiest. It's not the most ugliest textures going. Not the most creative either. But hey, what can you do? And then we've got the skeleton horse. Very good transparency on this. Definitely worth mentioning. Very good transparency. A good white bone color there too. Be interesting to see if that stays consistent throughout the pack. And then last but not least, the zombie horse as well. Fire this through. There we go. Quite simple. Seeing the rib cage. It's not so much as implied rib cage as actual rib cage there. But again, I'm pleasantly surprised by how bright this pack is. I'm pleasantly surprised by how clean the pack is. It's not bad for a pack as old as it is. It's just unfortunate that it's a year outdated. But still, I applaud that they kept it as up to date as they have. Let's go and find a village now. And let's see what villages look like. So we're on the edge of both an acacia biome, an oak biome, and surrounded by a swamp. And I've been able to find us a village that we can have a look at here. So let's get down and have a look. So we've got that traditional yellow path block design that you would expect. We've also got somewhat noisy terracotta, somewhat noisy planks and stairs. And then we've got an almost multicolored acacia log on here too, just to get the build up of what an acacia village would look like here. It's quite cool that it all works really well together. Like, it's noisy, but it's not ugly noisy, if that makes sense. Like, it's not blotchy and blurry. It's just noisy in the amount of colors that are being used, which kind of just is what it is there, to be honest with you. Let's carry on through here. We can see the glass, we can see the hay bales on here. Let's keep looking. Anything else? Do we have any villages around? We do over here. Okay. So immediately, as that guy's giving me a load of crops, we've got, I believe, some form of diversity here. Let's grab, excuse me, I don't want short grass. I want a villager. Thank you. Let's pop a few of these guys out on the floor. Oh, wow. Okay. A few horror faces going on here with the shading. Definitely some form of diversity going on here. A very simple, basic villager. They've got massive foreheads as well. Some shading going on there that I'm not the biggest fan of on these plainer faced ones. But on these ones over here, where they've got hair covering, it looks a bit better. And then this guy with his little spectacles on there as well. And then we've got the iron golem up here. Quite simple. I like the tone of blue that we've got going on. The two tones. Very nice, very simple, and still very kind of child friendly. Almost like I said, that children's show that you have on early mornings. kind of what I'm thinking on here. But yeah, nothing offensive here at all, in my opinion. They've just gone for colors. They've gone for designs that are quite... They work well together is probably the best way to say it. Let's turn it to nighttime and let's see what hostile mobs look like. Alright, and so the nighttime is upon us, and weirdly, the night sky isn't too crazily illuminated. The clouds are there, you can still see them, they are just white as standard, but there doesn't seem to be that moonshine behind them. We have got a moon, which is quite a basic pixelated moon. Not really much going on in terms of the texture there, it's just a very basic and simple design. And then in terms of the world, it's weird. I expected it to be a bit brighter at night, but really it feels like the color gets pulled out of it. The brightness gets pulled out of it. And it's quite your standard night, to be honest with you. Let's drink our night vision potion. There we go. And let's see how this is now looking as we're looking like we're at the daytime. So remember as well, arachnophobia warning. There will be spiders. No idea how realistic they are, but just consider this your arachnophobia warning. We do have skeletons over here, as my voice cracks. We do have skeletons over here. So it is a consistent bone design, but wow, how basic does one face need to be? I like the fact that they've changed the skull. It's not your standard square skull. They've added in a bit of creativity there. We've got the transparency as well, but oh my, okay. Not a lot going on there in terms of detailing. We've got the skeleton, the spider even here. Nice red and purple combination. Again, very simple. Almost stripped back in design. But I don't hate it on that spider. And then I kind of do hate it on the creeper. We've got the unibrow. Very stripped back. Very bright green. Very simplified. This is almost a minimalist style mob design here. Interesting. Okay, not hard for you to look at. This is weird considering the last texture pack I looked at was very harsh on the eyes, very difficult to look at. This seems to be the complete opposite. And then we've got the zombie with a bit of character going on there, like big bushy hair. We've got the blue and the green, good use of color. Very simple. It's very simplified. I don't want to sit here and say this is the most detailed or most advanced texture pack that we're ever going to be looking at, but yeah, I like how stripped back and simple this is. Sometimes you could just do with a stripped back, simple, fun little texture pack. And this seems to be ticking those boxes quite a lot. Let's head out to the ocean and let's see what the ocean monument looks like. So here we are then with the night vision potion on, and we are above an ocean monument right now. And like I said before, it's really difficult to see through the water and see what we're looking at. Like we can make out that there's a structure there, but I couldn't tell you what the blocks look like. So even with our night vision potion on, let's go underwater and let's see. And okay, all right, points for the for the prismarine bricks right here. I like these. These are a unique block design. Again, very clean, very polished, very happy with that. And then we've got the prismarine, which again looks very simple. It's easy. It's nice. I'm here for this. This is quite cool. Can't quite tell if there is a color change or not, which is a shame, but you know, here we go. Let's see what else we've got going on then up the top here. It doesn't look like it's changing color. We've got the sea lantern. Oh, I like that. That looks like a really nice sea lantern there as well. I really like this kind of Aztec-y design. I'm down for that. This is a nice ice cool, ice blue texture for the ocean monument. If we get the Elder Guardian to come out here, again, it's a very simple, smooth texture pack. Almost looking like an ice cream. I'm not the biggest fan of the eyes. I see what they've gone for. Excuse me. They've gone for like a one eye removed type design. I respect the creativity. It's not the design that I would like though, I'm afraid. But okay, it's there. And then if we go over here, we've got a drowned. A drowned, definitely copy and paste of the zombie, which is a shame. And then if we look around for the smaller guys, where are the smaller ones? Someone around here must be a normal guardian. It is a nice blue, cold design though, I have to say. Very happy with that. We don't have any drowns. Just standard drowns, not really being anywhere to see. There we go. Oh, look, he's got two eyes. Yeah, I don't like that. There are certain things in Minecraft I don't like. You don't give creepers arms. You don't give Guardians, 2 eyes. Yeah, they're just that. I like the textures. The textures are really, really nice. That model has rubbed me the wrong way, but hey, what can you do? But other than that, though, I think there's still a very good pack here in general. Let's go underground then, and let's have a look at a trial chamber. And so we are in the trial chamber then, and unfortunately with this pack being a year out of date, Tough hasn't been updated, so that's vanilla, as is most of the copper blocks, the copper bulbs, the grating, all vanilla, ruining that immersion slightly. What we do get though in the copper designs of the green and the orange is a consistent, simple copper design. Not bad at all. Absolutely fine with that. I just really wish it was updated, and I guess that means the breeze isn't updated either, so we won't spend a ton of time here. Let's head over to the armory then, and let's see everything. So we're in the armory now then, and we get to have a look at how the world is carved, and there isn't too much of a change really. It's just standard deep slate down the bottom. We've got maybe a slightly lighter grey going on the stone, and I don't think we actually looked at the stone at the beginning, so let's just glance at it again. And okay, a bit of a noisy texture going on, almost like there's, I don't know, scratches on the stone here to give it texture. We've also got the diorite there, which is a paler white. We've then got a bit of gravel on here. Is this diorite? No, granite even, sorry. And is this andesite? Yeah, so we get to see all of the different woods. Elements of noisiness happening here. Also a bit of a clash on some of these textures, but it's always worth just having a look at and seeing how it goes. And then in terms of the rest of the pack, so we've got the cherry blossoms. The logs are very nicely changed over here. They're quite cool. I like the leaves as well. They're nice, very clean, very easy to see. Same for pretty much the rest of the trees as well. They've done very well at making sure it's a smooth and clean texture all the way around. The pale oak and the creaking not updated. Back to the dark oak. Good effect of that bark on the tree there. And then we've got the mangrove here as well. Very nice indeed. Very simple. Very clean. But then the doors here, some of them are quite noisy. Some of them are quite hard to make out. But again, overall, I'm feeling quite good about this. We've got the beds, the trapdoors, and the carpets. Like, yeah, we get like some that look quite sleek and smooth, like this one here. Then you get like a lot of noise on these two. Bit of a mishmash going on here. Precious blocks and ores. Again, some looking very smooth and clean. Some looking very noisy, like that block of raw iron there. Definitely look like they're struggling to get a consistent block design going forward. In terms of glass, we've got that one standout glass block right there, and then you've got a different design for the color. Could easily make an argument that it looks like the glass was made in 2 different updates, which is a shame. Definitely doesn't look like it was made with the other in mind. And then if we have a look at the rest of the blocks, so again, some clean, some noisy. Overall, though, I do like this a lot better than some noisy texture packs that I've seen in the past. Not a consistent bone block. There's a bit more hue and color to that than there was in a skeleton. And then we've got the wall here. Very good color. Very consistent design. The coral, the same pretty much color for most of the coral blocks. We've got the Wandering Trader. Very nice. I like that. I do like that. I like the llamas as well. That's cool. The camel. Quite simple, maybe. The sniffer. Few flowers in his hair. Not bad. And then we got the slimes. Again, very simple. This is a very simplified pack in most cases, but not all cases. It should definitely be mentioned. Coral with good color again, and then we'll just carry on flying through with the blocks. But like, look, red sand or red sandstone even. Cut red sandstone there. Very clean on the side. Then these would get very blurry. And that's just what I mean by a lack of consistency in the block design. It happens more and more in so many different texture packs though. Like, it's not just something that I'm picking at here. For a first texture pack, like I'm assuming this was, it's very good. Just looking around here. Again, nothing standing out as offensive here. Very good, very simple, very clean blocks. I appreciate this. This looks like it was made with effort and care, which is always good. And then in terms of the weapons, so as soon as I say effort and care, we get copy and paste weapons. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of the times, unfortunately. Easy to make out what each of the weapons are, though. Not a particularly heavy blur on them. Definitely worth mentioning there. We got the leather armor, which definitely doesn't look like there's anything there. Some little shorts, a little vest jacket. Okay. Pop through, we've got chainmail. Not 100% chainmail. Bit bulky there. And then you get a glance at those copy and paste tools. Then we've got the iron. Almost like a big heart on the chest plate. Not really a fan of that two-tone white and grey. But it is consistent across the iron family. Same for gold though, so it does look like we're dealing with some form of copy and paste on the chest plates and below. The helmets are looking different though. Again, good color. Diamond, same again. Copy and paste on the chest plates and below, but a unique helmet. Good color. And then what is going on with Netherite? I don't like that. That's just like throw every color in and see what sticks. I don't like that at all. That looks like an error. And then we've got elytra, very simple. Trident, very simple. Shield, very simple. Mace, heavy core. Bundles, not updated. And then a carved pumpkin, which we can have a look at as well. When we put it on, we've got the shape of the pumpkin, the eyes and the circular mouth just there. And it's not a pitch black inside pumpkin there either. So I kind of appreciate that. A bit softer on the eyes to be worrying about. Not bad. Throw that down. And then last but not least, we do have a custom health and hunger bar, which is always appreciated. Set that back. So yeah, I mean, we got to see an apparent lack of consistency and even maybe a weird identity change going there. Some blocks blurry, some blocks clean, not really consistent, and then some form of copy and paste on the armors and weapons, which knocks it down a bit for me. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Get down in the comments. Let me know, what do you think of this texture pack so far? Always enjoy reading your reviews as we go through the video. And let me know, how is the video? Does it sound okay? Does it look okay? Let me know. I always need feedback. Let's head over to the Nether now and let's see what's going on there. All right then, so into the Nether we go then. Let's see how this goes. We've got quite a simple splash screen, nothing too crazy, but then we've got that traditional netherrack pixely design that we had going around in this entire texture pack. In fact, I even think it's been reused here on the basalt delta as well. So that's an interesting thing. And it seems like we've spawned or generated in next to a nether fortress as well. So need to keep an eye on these things and hopefully it's going to be okay. Doesn't look like the magma cube has changed. So that's a standard magma cube. In terms of the actual world, very red, very vibrant red here. Quite strong red as well, looking at this. And it's a bit annoying that we've hit the fortress straight away because I wanted to check out other biomes. I like seeing other biomes. So let's just have a little fly around and see if we're surrounded by anything other than netherrack. We've got the crimson biome, which kind of loses its effect. It's a little bit purple, maybe, is probably the best way to say it. The way it's trying to just differentiate, from the normal Minecraft netherrack. Interesting on there. Okay, got some bubbly red going on here too. Again, very simple, very deliberate textures. Almost disease-ridden netherrack here. We've got, he's wearing a skeleton, he's wearing an armor even. We've got piglins here. Quite simplified again, almost minimalistic, like I was saying beforehand. There's a ghast, very blue. Hello. Oh, wow. Okay, they've got one eye. Interesting. See this guy here as well for the zombified piglin. He definitely looks sick. And then if we just see real quick, let's go into survival. Hello, mate. Oh, wow. He opens his eyes to attack us. He opens his eye to attack us. That's one thing we need to be careful of. Excuse me. Cheers. I like that though. I like that blue and green. Again, very kid friendly, very young children's show friendly in the colors there. Maybe not in the design, but in the colors. In terms of the fortress itself, it's very simple. Very simple and stripped back. We've got the wither skeletons here as well. Very much just cousins to the normal skeleton. So there has been some I don't want to say lazy or shortcuts, some easy ways out, shall we say. Do we have a blaze around? I know I saw one a little bit earlier off in the distance. May have to just pop out, hang on. Blaze, where are we, Blaze? There we go, there's one there. Alright, so they've got a unibrow as well, similar to the creeper. It's kind of a pastel-y yellow as well. Not the end of the world, okay. And then last then, but not least for the Nether, let's get the Wither out here and let's see how he looks. Don't need to edit it, let's just jump in and see how it goes. Okay, that's a weird color scheme to begin with. Let it load in, generate, and then boom. Okay, so we get a softer black with hints of brown, but again simplified, carries the form of the Wither skeleton. But okay, not the end of the world there at all. That's not too bad. Let's head off to the end then. Let's see what Enderman and the Ender Dragon look like. So into the end we go. Super quick load screen there. Let's turn around and see what we've got. So quite a standard end block here. Oh, but I like that Enderman. Okay, so it's just standard end stone that we see in a lot of these pixel heavy texture packs. These 16 by 16 pixel art style texture packs. We get these kind of blocky block designs, for lack of a better term. But that Enderman looks awesome. The pinks, the purples. I kind of like the different shape of the color there as well. Simple but elegant for sure. And then we've got the Ender Dragon here too with the purple. I really like the wings. That looks really nice. That looks really, really nice there. I have to give it props. I do miss the times where we would just get a simple Ender Dragon change and it looked really good. The colors paired off really well, and also the void looks nice as well. Not difficult to look at. A very simple, clean black darkness, which is awesome and doesn't ruin gameplay at all. I can't say too much about how simple this pack is in a lot of places, and I do think it's rather strong with a few negatives, but we're not finished yet. So let's head to the ancient city and let's go and see the Warden. Alright, so into the ancient city we are, and to be honest with you, this feels the most like vanilla that I've seen in this entire pack so far. Like, it's not really changed much in terms of the sculk design, it's not really changed much in terms of the stone design. We do have hints of purple here from grey wool, which I'm saying is more purple than grey in all honesty, but fair dues. But other than that though, I mean, the grey scale for the stone, it just all kind of feels the same. There's still cleanness to it. There's still a polished element to it, but it's not really shouting out with much change or difference. Is that a redstone lamp? Yes, it is. Fair enough. I'm not getting much of a brand new effect here. And the more we've done this texture pack, the more I've thought this is a minimalist texture pack, really. It's not changed a ton. And it really hasn't overly detailed much either. Not necessarily a shot, but just an observation. Let's get the Warden out here. So the Warden should be about to spawn if I've counted that correctly. I have. Here we go. Okay. Bit of a color change difference going on. Oh, okay. Almost like a skeleton skull. A little bit of a kind of, I want to say like cyborg-esque Warden going on here. That's quite a drastic change compared to the Ender Dragon and the Wither. I don't know if you guys would agree with me. I like it though. I think that looks really nice. It's a shame that hasn't been what I've been getting from most of this texture pack. Still clean and polished, but they've actually added some creativity into that. And then I suppose that leads on to, what do I rate this texture pack out of 10? Well, I'm going to go for quite an inoffensive, quite a simple 6 out of 10, I think, on this one. It doesn't do anything dangerous. It doesn't do anything that really changes the will too much. It simplifies a lot of things. It polishes and cleans a lot of things. There are some textures that do look like they don't belong in this, and they look like they've decided let's not be clean, let's go for some blur, which not drastic. It's not all over the place, but it does occur. And then obviously the fact that it's not updated and is broken in areas that will ruin immersion and not have the new textures done anyway. Just it kind of limits what you can give a texture pack like this, to be honest. So I'm going to go with a 6, an average. Definitely not a bad pack at all. You could probably lean towards a 7 if you was being extra generous, in my opinion. But my opinion doesn't really matter. Do let me know down in the comments, what is your opinion? What do you give this texture pack out of 10? I always enjoy reading them. Thank you for suggesting this texture pack as part of the Channel Members Tuesday video series. If you'd like to be able to suggest a texture pack and have a quick turnaround, or an add-on and have a quick turnaround for a video, perhaps think about becoming a channel member today. Please do leave a like on the video as well if you enjoyed this. I want to apologize. I know there's been some crazy audio issues probably in this video. I've been tinkering with the audio like mad. It's just getting on my nerves. It's really not working. So I think at some point before or after the Nether, there might have been a change in audio. Let me know, did you notice? Is it better now? Is it worse? Let me know. Help me, please. I think it sounds better, but I'm not sure, but I'm aware of that. So just, yeah, sorry, but I wasn't going to re-record the whole thing. It's just what it is, I'm afraid. But please do leave a like if you enjoyed this. Drop a comment, like I said. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button as well. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Remember, my Minecraft Marketplace reaction video that would normally be released on Tuesdays on this channel has now moved over to the Dasman Reacts channel as well. And it should be there by now. So go and check that out next. Why not? Thank you for watching, everybody. Peace!